this because this is amazing. Part-time student, part-time businessman, a local teen with a clothing line is getting a head start on his dreams. Perrin Lehman runs the brand Soul Stitch, and he's here with how it started and where it's headed. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is amazing. You are not even 18 years old, and yet you've got your own clothing line. How did you get started with this idea?
Yeah, so it all started just from a journey that I've kind of had my childhood from. And the reason why I started this clothing brand is because it's such an easy business to get into, but there's also a meaning, that overall meaning that kind of gets that personal and individual to be themselves. And I've noticed that with my peers, I've noticed that with teachers, I've noticed that with people who I'm around a lot with.
That they need that inspiration is kind of the thing, and they're looking for ways to express that on themselves. I know a lot of your generation, not only maybe dealing with some mental health struggles coming out of the pandemic, and we hear some numbers of saying that generations really could use more bonding over issues like what you're doing with creating their own ways to improve mental health. But so is that what you're finding, is that people are coming to you saying, I would like to find ways to express myself on my clothing and show people that I support them and I support, myself?
Exactly, that's absolutely correct. And like, to add on to that, it's like you have to be able to have your own journey in your life, right? Because our lifespan, we live like 80 years. We don't live like 100% in that 100 years. So you got to make the most out of your life, right? And with all of the clothing, like the Better Days Ahead, you're dealing with a lot of like other new days. There's more days that are going to be able to come. So make sure you have the most out of it, and then you're going to get.
Yeah, so these are inspirational messages, a lot of what you put on your clothing, like Better Days Ahead. Is kind of what we were alluding to. A lot of kids are struggling right now, and so just being able to see not only somebody like you who started their own business, but be able to wear something that constantly reminds themselves better days are ahead. That's really important, right?
Right. And like, to add to that, like, there's a lot of like new different designs that I've created with these models too. So the first model that I have is Braxton. So he's actually wearing the original, actually the first design I've actually created. And Gracie is wearing the design that we are about to launch as well too. So you can see like the first, like, which is the circle of Braxton, that is the original logo. And then the next logo is gonna be
on her shirt?
On her shirt, exactly.
Yeah, we'll get that in a second here. They're readjusting the cameras, and then we'll get a look at the back of the shirts. So stay there, you guys, so we can see the fronts here in just a second. There's the second one. So tell me about the business itself. We don't have a ton of time left, but if people want to order shirts, do you make them that already have the logos on them, but people can create their own too, right?
Right. So what we're trying to lead into is that we're creating our own designs for right now, but when we're able to like kind of get into that zone of like, oh, we're able to like progress and like kind of evolutionize, we're going to be able to have those personalized clothing, so then you guys can feel empowered by your own creation, and that's what we want.
So if you have your own message, something that really inspires you, like a mantra or a saying, people will be able to come to you and get that put on their clothing.
That is absolutely correct.
And where could people follow you if they want to, follow what you're doing, and when you're at that place where you're creating your own, or people can create their own sayings and that type of thing, or order some of these shirts that you already have made? Where do they go? Yeah,
so they can go on the social media platform for Soul Stitch. It's SoulStitch_US. And that's where you have that little like link that goes to the access to the website that we see right here. You have featured like those clothes, and like that's the originals that we have. Now we're gonna put the drop on September 30th, and we're gonna be able to launch that. We're gonna have a 25% sale, so for the first week, and then from there, we're gonna start just adding more onto the social media platform, kind of give the idea of how we're gonna start from where we are right now to where we're gonna be in the future.
You're gonna be, and I have a feeling you're gonna be in some really great places, because you're not even 18 years old with this own amazing business, and you go to Butler Tech, right?
That's correct.
They should be so proud of you, and you should be so proud of you. Great work. Soul Stitch _US, right?
Correct.
Is where to find this, and the drop is on September 30th, and that whole week is a 25% off sale, right?
That is correct.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you for spreading positive messages as well.
Thank you so much.
We all need it right now, not just the young people. All right, thank you, and we'll be right back.
Hey there. Yeah, you could stop watching right now, but let's be honest, you don't want to do that. Hit the links or click subscribe to see more amazing content from all of us here at Local 12.